A few months ago, I thought I had finally solved my biggest problem with running a 3D printing business from home: printer fumes. I built a full exhaust system in my office, enclosed the printers, vented everything outside, and honestly, it worked pretty well. Much better than just relying on some teeny filter or opening a window. I had no more headaches, no more stuffy nose, and no more wondering if I was slowly poisoning myself and my family. I felt like I had finally figured it out. But then I ran into another problem, one that was definitely limiting my entire business, and it forced me to move all of my printers out of my office. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. The fumes were finally under control. That part was solved. The real problem was something I didn't think about at first: power. Power was the real issue. My office only had a 15 amp circuit, and when you're trying to run multiple printers, especially the newer machines like the P2S or the X2D, or God forbid the H series, that becomes a problem quickly. You can try cool plates, you can try staggering the startup times, you can try low power mode, and you can try not to trip the breakers, but eventually you realize you can't grow your business because of electrical limitations, and that's not a winning strategy. And the bigger the business got, the worse it became. More orders, more machines placed wherever, more enclosures and ducting, more fumes, and more power was needed. I wasn't solving the real issue, I was just working around it. And meanwhile, my garage had a 20 amp circuit. More room, better for scaling. It was a cleaner long-term solution. That's when I knew the office setup had to go and be replaced with something better from IKEA, because I didn't just want to transfer my old setup, which was super complex and messy, but I also didn't want to lose the clean air environment I was so used to. That part mattered a lot. So I needed a real solution, not just a temporary fix. And that's where the IKEA enclosure idea came in. Instead of running 6 separate enclosures and 6 separate exhaust hoses, I built one large enclosure using the IKEA Broer shelving system. I combined 2 shelving units together and added custom PETG panels to the front, sides, and back. The front panels are doors. I mounted them on 3D printed hinges, and I added handles so I could easily open them to access the printers, and they stayed securely closed with magnets when I was done. The rear panels are removable and held on with larger magnets. They're sitting on an aluminum support bar so that they stay secure without being permanently bolted down. I did that because I realized with my old setup, not having access to the back of the printers, for maintenance, troubleshooting, and the poop chute was super annoying, to say the least. That's also why I pulled the entire rack away from the wall. The side panels are bolted on permanently. The left side has intake holes for fresh air, and the top right has a large exhaust port. That creates smooth airflow across the entire enclosure from bottom left to top right, pulling fumes through the system and out the garage. Since I can realistically only run about 6 printers in there, I turned the top left section of the rack into filament storage. Honestly, it works great. It's easier to see what filament I have, easier to grab what I need, and it gave me room for tools and other random crap that I need around my 3D printers. These shelves fit the smaller Bamboo Core XY machines perfectly. And I mean perfectly. Any smaller and it literally wouldn't fit. I'm still deciding what printers I want to put on the bottom left to finish off the setup. I sold a few of my P2Ss and I'm still testing out the X2D. Part of me feels like Bamboo Lab is going to release an X2C very shortly, so we'll see what happens. And then there was the final problem: actually venting everything outside. Because I rent and live in an HOA, which is just fantastic, I love it, I couldn't just drill a hole in my garage. That definitely wasn't an option. I also have a garage window, but it doesn't open. So I had to come up with a better solution. I ended up building a custom exhaust port that fits underneath the garage door. It lets me fully open and close the garage with no issues, and it vents everything outside perfectly. So now instead of 6 separate enclosures and vents, everything feeds into one system. One enclosure, one hose, one inline fan, way easier to manage, and honestly, it's way better than my old setup ever was. Cleaner, simpler, easier to scale, and also way less annoying. And I wanted to thank Fanttik for sending me the tools to put this together, especially since I broke my old drill trying to remove a hole saw, which was a nightmare. But anyways, they sent me their K2 Ultra and Apex, which is their brushless drill and impact driver, along with their laser level that I didn't get to use for the enclosure build, but it did help out a ton with hanging the Scatus pegboards. I was actually shocked how well everything worked, especially the drills. And the reason why is because they look very bougie and futuristic, especially compared to drills that I've used in the past. I mean, look at this. They both have bright lights on the front so you can see what you're doing in bad lighting. The Ultra tightens down on bits like normal, and the Apex has a magnetic chuck, which is very convenient. On the side, you have a mode selector, forward, back, and lock. And on the back of the drills, there's a full-on colored screen, which is pretty crazy. I've never seen that on a drill before. You can see how much battery you have left, which is awesome. You can also see what mode you're in, forward and back, and you just turn this knob to change how much torque and power you want, which I thought was pretty neat. The Ultra comes with a stand that has a secret bit compartment, and the Apex just comes with a nice case that holds all the bits, and of course they're both USB-C rechargeable. If you're looking for some solid tools for your next home project or workshop upgrade like I just did, I definitely check these tools out. They made this whole build process way easier for me, and it honestly saved me from a huge headache of having to use my old tools. And again, a huge thank you to Fanttik for sponsoring today's video. I'll have discount codes down below if you're interested. Alright, so what did I learn? The biggest lesson here is realizing that as your business grows, you're going to need more printers, which seems pretty obvious, but it wasn't to me. So my office setup worked, but it didn't scale. And that matters a lot if you're trying to turn this into more than just a hobby. At the beginning, a few printers seems manageable. You know, you can find a spot in your office, maybe you can run a few extension cords and open a window and tell yourself everything's fine. But once the orders start coming in, everything changes. More printers means more power draw, more heat, more noise, more fumes, more space needed, and way more opportunities for small problems to turn into big ones. And that's when you start realizing that your home might not be set up to be a mini factory. And that's going to directly affect how much you can produce and how much money you can make. Especially if you can't change it, like if you're renting or you just can't justify paying for a commercial space yet. If you can't run enough printers, if you're constantly worrying about tripping the breakers or wasting time trying to manage fumes and the airflow, your setup becomes the bottleneck. And that's exactly what happened to me. So yeah, that's why I moved all of my printers out of my office, except this one, of course. You got to keep one around, you know? I didn't do it because my old setup was necessarily bad. I did it because it was holding me back. I wasn't just trying to build a better setup. I was trying to build something that actually made sense long term. Something cleaner, something simpler, something easier to manage. The office setup worked. It was convenient and honestly the best setup I had up to that point, but I just outgrew it. Now that's not to say I won't add more printers back here in the future, but for now, the garage just makes more sense. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Are you worried about printer fumes, and what setup do you have? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.